friends, firstly I'd like to ask, what does the Finnish word Viipuri mean to you? For me, it is the town in which I was born and grew up. I'm Anastasia Martynova, an art critic, art historian and journalist. I'm an author of numerous articles, books about Vyborg artists, and my thesis was dedicated to Vyborg in painting and graphics. I comprehensively studied the theme of the city of Vyborg in painting and graphics from the 16th century to the present day. In my personal archive there are about 2,000 images of paintings useful for the restoration of Vyborg. About half of them I have shot myself in scientific institutions in Russia and in other countries. In Russian social network Vkontakte I have my own blog in which I popularize the art. Today I won't tell you about ceremonial Vyborg. I am going to show you 8 places of this town because they will tell us about what old Vyborg really is nowadays. Let's go to place number 1. Let's walk around the area of the old town. In front of us there is a famous house of the bookseller and publisher Victor Hoving in the Art Nouveau style. Hoving was a Dutch origin. And now by the remained frames one can see the Dutch windows, which were opened up from the bottom. On the first floor Hoving placed his bookstore and the apartments began from the second floor. In each room there was a fireplace, the separate work of art. Those fireplaces never had been repeated. On the stairs there was the artistic forging. In the past it was a building of amazing beauty both outside and inside. After the revolution all flats with fireplaces became communal apartments. In 1986 it was decided to make capitals left it. In the 19th a certain company decided to buy Hoving's house, to restore it and to open a luxury hotel in it. However, the house is still empty and is standing open. Once it burned nowadays, and now that is all that has remained from Hoving's house. There is place number 2. This is a demolished district of the merchant and philanthropist Seth Solberg, or district number 18, which has glorified Vyborg in recent years. It was previously there were 7 houses and 6 of them had the status of historical monuments. At the beginning of the 20th century, in one of the houses of this district, Seth Solberg opened a varnish and paint factory. After the war, when the city moved to the Soviet Union, in this building there was a factory of power tools. Neighboring houses remained habitable. In the spring 2013, excavators were brought here. As buildings ostensibly created a threat to passers-by, a part of district was demolished. Now there are only ruins here that look like a war has just ended. Number 3 is my favorite building. In front of us there is a historical mansion of the merchant and philanthropist Sergeyev. It is located in the center of Vyborg and is the only architectural monument of the city built in the Rococo style by Frederick Odenwald in 1883. This mansion, distinguished by its exquisite forms and by the slenderness of drawings of its details that were emphasized by the lacy design of the railings of its large balcony. The interior of the house was decorated with stucco ornaments, tiled stools and parquet floors. The mansion of the merchant Sigeev has survived two wars, but unfortunately today this house, being a monument of cultural heritage of the regional importance, is empty and place number 4 is the Cinema Saloma, Lightning. This building of the cinema that was called in Russian Homeland was built by the architect Georg Fraser in the Art Nouveau style in 1917. It was almost completely destroyed in the Winter War. Between two wars, the Finns have completely restored the cinema, and after the Second War the building was repaired. It was an excellent cinema. In 2009 this building burned and today it looks like ruins. Number 5 is a former residential house on the corner of North Wall Street and Watergate Street. It was built by the architect Frederick Teslev in 1897. In this building there was a headquarters of the 30th Guards Corps from 1914 1945 to 1998. In 2040, military leaders turned over this building to the city, and after that it immediately burned down. The building was characterized by beautiful interiors. Today there is mud and ruins inside. Now this house looks like that. Place number 6 is near here. It is Hackman House, or a granite palace. It is one of the most beautiful buildings in Vyborg. The interiors of the building were luxurious, but today it doesn't show signs of life. The building is empty. It is place number 7. In front of us there is the only preserved standard guardhouse in Vyborg. It is an architectural monument of the 18th century. It is located near the Friedrichshain gates of the Onion fortifications. The building was built in 1776. In 1984, the guardhouse was restored. In 2013, in this building fire happened, and now it is There is place number 8. It is a bank building. Its address is 2 Pioneer Street. Until 1939 it was a Viborg branch of the Union Bank of Finland, Yhdyspankki. Then after the war there was the State Bank and later an operating cash desk of Viborg Bank, where a fresco of the famous Finnish artist Bruno Tukkanen with wonderful panorama of Viborg. The central bank recalled the license from Viborg Bank, and now the building is empty. A management board of Viborg Bank has kept the interiors of the bank as much as possible. But what will happen to this fresco and the interiors in the future? It is known if people leave the house, collapses. But this fresco already needs restoration. In conclusion, I would like to say that in October 2015, the whole old town of Viborg was included in the list of 50 sites of 36 countries that are endangered. In August 2016, a global alarm heritage alert was declared for Viborg. I think it's time to cooperate people and to save